Hello, welcome everyone. In this video, I'm going to go over a graphing technique for a linear line. So we are going to graph a line that will be provided the slope and the y-intercept of the line, and we're going to go ahead and use that to make a graph of this particular line. So before we do that, let's take a look at the example that we have. We have to find the equation and a graph a line with slope -3 and the y-intercept at 0, 4. So one thing that you know about the y-intercept is the point that where the line is going to cross the y-axis. So this is the point that is given to us, 0, 4. Now let's we already know the slope of the line, so I'm going to write the slope-intercept form. Y equals mx plus b, and then I'm going to plug in the information that is provided to us in this example. Y equals, for m, which is the slope of the line, I'm going to plug in -3, then x plus b. Okay, since the slope, the y-intercept is 0, 4, that means b is 4. The y value would be the b value when you are given the slope, the y-intercept of equation. So you can go ahead and plug that in directly. Y equals -3x plus 4. Okay, so whenever you're given the y-intercept of a line, the y value in the ordered pair, or the point, is going to be the b value. This is your b value. Y is equal to b when the point is given for the y-intercept right here. So this is your b value, the y value of this point. All right, so this is what we got. So this is our equation of the line, and now we got right here. Now we can go ahead and use our information on the slope. It's -3. So when m equals -3, that means your rise over run equals -3. So for every one value in the x direction that we move, our line is going to fall down 3 units in the y direction. So that's what -3 means. For every x value in the x direction we move, like that, we move 1 unit in the x direction, 1, our graph falls by 3 units in the y direction. So this is y, this is x. So that's what m equals -3 means. All right, now let's take the information that we have and actually plot some of the points. So we start with this point that is given to us, 0, 4. So we go 1 unit to the right, and it's going to go down 3 units. So right here. So that would be our next point. Okay. And then we move 1 unit to the right, and it's going to go down 3 units, like that. So that's how you can plot the next points on this line if you know the slope. If you know a point and the slope, you can go ahead and do that. And similarly, if we go 1 unit to the left, it's going to be up 3 points right there. So for every unit to the right, we go down 3 units. 1 to the right, 3 to the bottom. So this would be the graph of the line. If you connect these points, that would provide us the graph right there. And this is equal to y equals -3x plus 4. Okay, so that would be the graph of this line. Now let's go ahead and do the next example. Graphing line with given slope and y-intercept. Same thing. Find the equation and a graph a line with the slope 2 and y-intercept at 0, 3. So I'm going to write down our slope-intercept form. Y equals mx plus b. Okay. So when you're given the y-intercept, this ordered pair that we have, or the point that we have, or the coordinate that we have, the y value is your b value. So this is your x value, and this is your y value. So in the y-intercept, the y value is equal to b. the y-intercept. So I'm going to put this point right here on the line. It's going to be along the y-axis. So this is 0, 3. This is the y-intercept right here. All right, now let's finish the equation of the line first. So let's plug in the information that we have. Okay, so first I'm going to plug in the m and the b. So y equals, for m, we know the slope is 2 times x. And we know from our y-intercept point that the y is basically, the b is equal to basically the y value in this point right here. So that would be 3. So we have y equals 2x plus 3. This is the equation of our line passing with the slope 2 and have a y-intercept of 0, 3. So now we can go ahead and plot some points and make the line and graph it. Let's see. So we have 0, 3 is our y-intercept right here, and the slope is 2. That means rise over run equals 2. This is the slope. Okay. So for every movement in the 1 unit in the x direction, so if we go 1 in the x direction, the line moves 2 units in the y direction. So these are 2 in the y direction. So that's what a slope of 2 means. 1 unit in the x direction will give a movement of 2 units in the y direction for this line. You can also write it as rise over run equals 2 over 1, which is same as 2. So this is a little more clear. Your rise is 2 and your run is 1. So for every 1 unit in the x direction, we get a rise of 2 units in the y direction for this line. Now let's take a look at it. So we're going to go ahead and go 1 unit to the right, and it's going to move 2 units up. So this would be our next point. 1 unit to the right and 2 units up right here. Similarly, if we move 1 unit to the left, it's going to fall down 2 units. So right here, 1 unit to the left, it's going to fall down 2 units as well. So this is the graph of the line going to look like. So I'm going to connect these points right here. So this is equal to y equals 2x plus 3. This is the graph of the line. This is the equation of the line, and the slope is 2, and the y-intercept is 0, 3 right here. And this is how you graph a line with the slope and the given y-intercept. Hopefully this helps.